So, welcome back to Warden Tanking 101. We are going to cover the shield and fist line, which is going to be our mitigation line. I'm back here with my friend Obi-Wan, who's learning.
Hello there.
So I'm just going to quickly run through the gambits to show you what they all do and how to use them. So, the first gambit. Oh, that would help if I did the correct gambit. So the first one is Impressive Flourish. This is going to give you critical defense, physical mitigation, tactical mitigation, and most importantly, it's going to give you 1% physical mitigation and 1% tactical mitigation. Every percent is worthwhile. Now, the next one in this series is going to give you more critical defense, more physical mitigation rating, more tactical mitigation rating, another additional 1% physical mitigation and tactical mitigation, so that means we're up to 2%. Now the third one in the queue, which is Dance of War, this one is physical mastery, physical mitigation only, so it gives you critical defense, gives you physical mitigation, and in blue line this gives you an additional 3% physical mitigation. So that's in total 5% physical mitigation. And the final one in the chain is the exact same gambit, but it's tactical mitigation. And additional, it gives you a fellowship-wide heal. So it's going to be a 5k heal for everyone in your fellowship within range. It's going to give you more critical defense, more tactical mitigation, and 3% tactical mitigation on top.
Okay. So you're probably gonna use this. Are you gonna use this as the first line or really as the last line? Because mitigations are, of course, quite important if you're tanking a boss. The way you explained it was like logically with 1, 2, 3 with the lines. But are you using these in before a fight or on the start of a fight or as the last, really as the last gambit line?
I'm going to cover preparing for a fight in another video, so you can see how to prepare for tanking before you actually engage, and this line is used extensively in that to prepare for battle. But essentially you want all 4 of these gambits. The other 2 lines, you would only use the first 3 gambits. In this one you need to use all 4. And it's also very situational, so you're going to use Dance of War when you need more physical mitigation, which, to be honest,
you always need.
You do, but with gear you're going to hit your cap for physical mitigation easily without the need for gambit help. So you're only going to be using it for the percent buff, because that takes you above the cap by 3%. So
you're always going to need that, because
exactly.
most bosses do physical, of course.
The cap for physical and tactical mitigation is around 650k, I believe, for tier 2, and just with my gear and no gambits on, I'm already at 700k, and when I'm fully buffed I'm over 1 million, so my rating is through the roof. It's just the percentage that we're after in this line.
Okay, sounds clear.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what am I gonna do?
So just take a look at your physical mitigation.
Yeah, that's momentarily 47.3%.
Yep.
And on tactical, it's 23.9.
Okay, so what you want to do is run through these gambits. So it's going to be 2, 3.
2, 3.
And then 2, 3, 2.
2, 3, 2. Another strike.
Yeah, 2, 3, 2, 3 for Dance of War.
And I have the Dance of War.
And 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 to follow it all the way to Conviction.
And I have done Conviction.
Exactly. Now take a look at your mitigations.
So my physical mitigation is capped by 60%. My tactical mitigation is 43.5%, so that's an insane increase of mitigations.
You've essentially doubled your tactical mitigation.
Yeah.
Now, when you have level 130 with your virtues fully capped, you're going to also be able to cap your tactical mitigation as well.
And that's of course really important in the Valve Cause of Doom raid.
Yeah, exactly. So you probably need 1 or 2 extra gambits or a bit of extra help to get your tactical mitigation fully capped. And also, as I mentioned in the previous video, the Remo chance set bonus is super important here, because that's going to give you another 5% when you have Never Surrender up. And Never Surrender is up the entire time as long as you haven't used it. So
yeah. And you have 2 of them, of course.
Yeah, so the way Never Surrender works is if you drop below 15% morale, it's going to give you a big heal. It says 50% on the tooltip, but then you have to add your incoming healing rating to that. So in reality, it's more like 80 to 90% heal when it works. So as long as you don't drop below 15% morale, you're going to have an additional 5% physical and tactical mitigation whilst wearing the Remachant set. This is very, very, very useful. Without this, Wardens are a bit not so tanky, shall we say. You really need to get this set if you're thinking about doing endgame tanking on a Warden. No question.
Okay, it seems I have a lot of grind work to do then.
Yeah, but here's one extra bonus for getting this. If you go to your blue line, equip your blue tanking gear, use Never Surrender, 1, it halves the cooldown time, and 2, if you then switch back to your red line and put your DPS gear on, you retain those extra mitigations. So
oh, that's nice. That's a good tip for the DPS wardens
exactly.
who are watching.
Yeah, if you're DPSing, an extra 5% mitigations are going to make you, much harder to kill when you're raiding. It's going to make life easier on your healers. They don't have to do more healing on the DPS group. And no, you can't DPS when you're dead.
That's a very, very wise statement.
So let's take another look at these gambits. So when to use these? Yeah, essentially you can figure out if you're going to be taking physical or tactical mitigations and apply either Dance of War or Conviction at the end. Generally you want to have all 4 of them up all the time because you want your physical and tactical mitigations as high as possible at all times. Just in case you take a big hit, mitigating it is going to be beneficial.
All right.
Now the set bonuses for this one, for doing them in order. If you do them in order, you're going to get more critical defense and more mitigations. And if you do Conviction at the end after doing the first 2, you're going to get 20% more healing Conviction, which isn't a great deal, but Conviction is actually one of our strongest heals.
Everything helps, and of course it helps the fellowship as well.
It's fellowship wide, so yeah, it's a 5k heal. Well, on you it's 5.7k. You're
quite nothing, but it helps.
But it's ticking over. It's 5k. That adds up when it's across 6 people. There's that amount of healing the healers don't have to cover. So
yeah, fair enough.
It helps. Whenever I'm looking at my healing stats, Conviction is always the highest because it's fellowship wide and not just for me. Interestingly, though, the Conviction is also applying a stacking mitigation buff. So we have here Fellowship Protector. So what this does is when you have other people in your fellowship within range, it